So we're gonna start by cutting up our goat meat, people. This is a lot of bone. This is really hard. This is why this is like this, okay? This is my junk cutting board, as you can see. So here we're gonna wash our goat, people. This is what I use to wash my meat. It's really good. It helps to clean it and all the stuff that needs to get off. So I'm just gonna pour some in. And this is about 3 pounds. I'm not sure, I didn't weigh it. Get the water in there. And we're gonna shake it up. Add some more water. Vinegar cuts the rawness. You can also use lime. That's really good too. Bear with me. But I knew this was gonna happen, so I just clean the sink. Happens all the time. So now we're gonna season our goat, right? We have here 1.5 tablespoons of Jamaican easy spice seasonings, meat seasoning. We have 1.5 tablespoons of all-purpose Maggi seasoning. Here we have 1 teaspoon of onion powder and 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. Okay. We have 1/2 of white onion chopped up. We have a stalk of scallion. We have 4 garlic chopped up and 1/2 of habanero. Okay. Here we go. Put that in there. I'm going to be using the Better Pack curry seasoning. I'm going to go in with 1 tablespoon. Okay. I'm going to add some vegetable oil. Then I'm just going to stir that in. You can use a gloves because the curry does stain, but I don't mind it. The oil helps the seasoning to stick to the meat, makes it easier to go in. This is probably about, I don't know, until Jesus tells you to stop. I'm gonna try to break up the habanero. And there we have it, people. All we're gonna do, we're gonna put a lid on this and let it sit in the fridge. I'm gonna let this sit for overnight because I'm gonna cook this in the morning. And that's about it. That's how we marinate our curry goat. So here we have our pot. It's hot and I added a bit of oil just to cover the bottom of the pot and about 1/2 inch up. It's like 3 pounds of meat, so we're gonna fry it a bit. I'm gonna add my Better Pack curry to the pot, 1 teaspoon. because we want to get that curry fried, people. Okay? Then in the curry, we're going to add 2 cloves of garlic. We're going to have this garlic fry in the curry. It's way better for you. It prevents a lot of stuff. And garlic is good. Okay? Just ensure that the oil is hot first. When the garlic starts to get brown, you're going in with your curry, your goat. You're gonna stir it because it was in the fridge, so the meat is stuck together. You're gonna separate them. Get every little bit in the oil. There we go. You're gonna let this fry for about, let's say, 5 minutes until it comes back up to a fry. You see it stop right now. The oil needs to get hot again. It needs to come back up to a fry. So let this stay here for about 5 to 10 minutes. And that's so it has been about 10 minutes, and in the 10 minutes you want to keep the pot well stirred. We don't want our meat to stick onto the bottom of the pot. And as you can see, it has produced some water. And we're just going to keep it stirred. Now it's a bit fried, and we're just going to go ahead and cover it. Okay? Leave it there for another 10 minutes. 5 minutes in which you're going to stir, and then for the other 5, I'll be back with you. So this is like 6 minutes in the game, people. We're just going to check on it. Yeah? It's looking good. Everything has gotten its chance to fry. Now this is where this comes into play. We're not going to wash our pan out after we take the seasoning out. We're going to add some water to this. Okay? Enough water to cover your meat, people. There's no measurement to this. Nobody knows the measurement. If you know, well, you can just drop it in the comments below. Okay? So it's just enough to cover your meat and take up all that seasoning that was on the edges. Here we go. I'm not gonna pressure cook this, people. I'm not gonna pressure cook this. And this is probably going to be the only water that I do put in the pot. That's why I'm really covering it off. About it estimates. There we go. That's it. We're going to leave this on high. It was on high all this time. We're going to leave it on high. Bring it up to a boil. When it starts to boil, people, when this beautiful girl starts to boil, what we're going to do, we're going to turn our stove down to low. The lowest one you have are number 1. Yeah, to low. Turn it down to low, and it's going to take probably the whole day to do. If you want, you can speed it up and put it at like 3 or 4. But I have no time to rush, and I like my meat well tender. So I'm going to put this down to low, have it sit there all day, and I'll get back with you. So here I've got 3 small potatoes and 2 carrots chopped up for my second seasoning. Here we have half of a small white onion, and here we have 1/4 of green pepper and just a few sprigs of thyme. So about 3 hours of simmering, people. It looks like this. You can test your meat. I like it to be tender. I tested earlier, and from the looks of it, it's falling off the bone. It's as soft as you want it to be. You can cook it to be not so soft, but I like to feel my meat dissolve in my mouth. Let's just say that. So now I'm gonna do the second seasoning. So here is the carrots and the Irish that I chopped up earlier. I'm just gonna add that in. Cover it. Okay. There we go. Cover the pot. Looking good. So when I put the potato and the carrot in, I had turned it up to a medium so that it could boil a lot of water out and help it to cook. So these are cooked now, and I'm gonna do my third seasoning. I added some habanero because I like it a bit spicy. And why I'm doing this seasoning is because I don't want all these sweet pepper and so forth to be overcooked and the flavor is going to be lost, okay? So that's why I added it in this late. Still on medium. After I stir this up, I'm going to let it sit for about 5 more minutes, and there we go. It's ready. It's ready. Just perfect, people. Just perfect. Like, it's so tender, like so tender. And I wish you could smell this right now. I wish you could smell this.